What's going on, Pokemon trainers? Welcome to episode 77 of Gotta Watch 'Em All, the podcast bringing together trainers from every corner of Pokemon fandom before watching along with an episode of Pokemon The Series, starting all the way back at episode 1. But today we're going to be watching episode 77, Friend and Foe Alike. Today is Friday, November 22nd, 2019. I'm one of your hosts, Ken Pescatore, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? I'm glad to be here. We're back. Excellent. We are back.
We are back at it. Have you been playing Sword and Shield?
I have been playing Sword and Shield.
All right, cool. We'll start that talk in just a minute. Gotta Watch 'Em All is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and on today's show, we're going to talk about how much fun and confusion is going on in the world of shiny hunting in Sword and Shield. I don't know if you followed any of this, man, but been absolutely it's crazy.
Confused.
Look, there's a lot, and people are tearing the data down, and super confusing, but we'll try to make sense of it. The December Pokemon GO Community Day is coming up. It's been announced. We have all the details there. There's a lot to go through there. We're going to take a look at some secret rare cards in the Cosmic Eclipse series, and Pokemon Center is finally in the holiday spirit. They've made the transition, so there's some Delibird stuff, Adam. I know you've seen it.
Listen. I have some news, and it is not good news. But continue.
All right.
Continue.
We'll get there. And then finally, we'll wrap up with our watch-along of episode 77, Friend and Foe Alike, before tearing down a booster at the end of the show. But first, let's dig into this Sword and Shield news. So, why don't you catch me up on where you're at in the game? We don't have to go too big into spoilers. Last week we were very spoiler free. I guess it's probably safe to talk about the first couple hours of the game. But how far are you into the game right now?
So I defeated Kabu, the third gym leader, and now I'm kind of like, because now they said go further in the wild area,
right?
And at first I kind of like stopped at the Snorlax that's kind of sitting there waiting at the bridge.
Yes.
Before I went to Kabu, because I was like, this thing's way too high for me. I can't battle it and beat it. So, and then I came back and I did beat it, but it's still too strong for me to try to catch. Was able to catch a Munchlax though. Took forever. It had leftovers and it kept swallowing and just non-stop healing. Like it would go all the way down to the red and then just be back up to green again. I was like, no, stop.
I've been very passive with this game, and I'm kind of living vicariously through my son a bit because he's super, super into it, and he's having a blast with it. And so I've kind of been watching him play more than I've actually been playing. I'm also at Kabu now, but haven't defeated him yet. But I've watched my son now. He's gotten through B already. So I mean, and it's just been a lot of fun to watch him play and kind of take a back seat to see how he's experiencing that and making sense of the storyline and how to navigate through that and everything. So it's been really cool to actually see all that go down. I think that what I'm seeing online, that so many different ways to play this game, people are pacing themselves through this game like completely different from one another. I've seen people that have completed the game. I've seen people that are, spending 10 hours in the wild area. I've seen people that are doing raids and nothing else. So we're part of and Adam, I'm sure that the notifications are blowing up for you too, but
yep.
On Instagram, we're in this like creator Instagram chat of Sword and Shield trades and raids and all that stuff, and it's global. It's like a global chat. And it's really cool because it doesn't matter what time of the day is. This chat is absolutely blowing up with people that are putting together raid parties and making trades and like, hey, I found a Ditto raid and all this crazy stuff going on. And what I really enjoy is a lot of these people are coming out of the Pokemon Go space. So you have all these Go trainers that have moved over to Sword and Shield. Obviously, they're still playing Go, making content in Go, but they're falling in love with Sword and Shield, and they're exceptionally active, and it's so cool, man. I mean, like at one point I was like, dude, I got to suppress these notifications. I was like, it just blows up nonstop. Like people are just like, and it's the same people. And I'm like, bro, you were posting 12 hours ago that you were raiding, and now you're raiding again. Like, do you sleep? Do you work? Like, what the hell is going on?
Take
like,
a time
how do you
out.
do this?
Come on.
It's really exciting to see how just the amount of activity surrounding this game and the social aspect, how it's really picked up, and I think they hit a home run with the whole raid system and everything. It's just been really cool, and I haven't dug into that at all yet. Like, I'm kind of holding back, and kind of with a little bit of a reason. So I did see some of the spoilers. Adam, I know you were doing your best to stay away.
I know. I saw a shiny Galarian Ponyta today on Twitter, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, this is what's happening, and this is, I didn't even think of this. So when you join a raid, right? Or if you're just on the YCOM and you haven't, you're open, right? You have an open party. You could be doing an exceptionally low level raid. You could be level 15, right? But then someone can join that is in the end game and brings like a legendary or brings a Pokemon that you've never seen, and then you get it spoiled for you, and you have absolutely no control over that. So there's a lot of people that are holding back from doing raids because they don't want to get these Pokemon spoiled for them, because they're joining, people are joining their raids and they're bringing like the unboxed legendary,
as far as right now, every raid that I've done, no matter how long I wait, I haven't been able to raid with anybody.
Get out, really?
Really? So
interesting.
Maybe that's the lack of friends.
No, but you should still be able to just have it open, or dude, just go in the chat, man. You could put it in there at any time, like, hey, who's gonna raid, and it'll blow up with like creators from around the globe that are just like down to raid at any point. But especially if you see like some of these Ditto raids pop up, man, that's that's a whole other world I haven't. Yeah, it's.
I still don't have a Ditto. And I'm seeing everybody like breeding Dittos with, whatever.
Well, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Want.
I'm so passive right now. I'm just kind of like skimming along personally, and then I'm just enjoying watching my son play. So it's been, I've had a different approach. I'm not rushing in any way, shape, or form. I know that this is a game that I want to be able to stretch out for a long time, so I'm not too concerned about it.
Yeah, Chanel's not rushing through it. She's like, hasn't even gotten to the first gym yet. And my son is always like, he'll literally like wake up and come out and be like, can I play Pokemon Shield? And I'm like, you haven't made like, I'm so proud of you right now. And it's like, and it's hard because it's like, I want him to play and I want to be able to like walk away, but like I want to watch everything he's doing because like, I don't know if he knows what a shiny looks like. You know what I mean? Like,
let's dig into the shiny thing real quick, because this has blown my mind a little bit. So when Let's Go came out, the craze of shiny hunting kind of exploded on YouTube, especially with the Pokemon Go creator scene, where everyone was playing Let's Go and they were shiny hunting, and it was like the methods for shiny hunting in that game were very different and very approachable and accessible. So people were like, jumping right in head first and going for it. So there's been a significant amount of data mining and kind of, exploration of data in Sword and Shield of how shiny hunting works. And something that Pokemon.com put out was very interesting, was an introduction of a new type of collectible Pokemon called a Brilliant Pokemon. Have you seen this?
Yes, I did see that with like the squares.
No, this is completely different than that as well. All right, let me get to it. So a Brilliant Pokemon is a Pokemon in the wild. It has a special aura. Like you can see it. Like when you encounter a shiny Pokemon, it's gonna look like a normal Pokemon in the wild. When you encounter it and get to the screen, that's when you'll know it's shiny. A Brilliant Pokemon will actually look different in the world. It actually has an aura around it, so you'll be able to see it before you encounter it. Now, when you encounter a Brilliant Pokemon, and again, this is completely disclosed. This isn't spoilers. It's disclosed on Pokemon.com in this article. It says they're typically a higher level. They usually know an unusual move, like an egg move. So it'll already have an egg move in there. And 2 or 3 of its stats will have max scores, max ratings. Then they go further and say finding brilliant Pokemon can lead to better odds of finding shiny Pokemon. And then they have this scale, and they dictate this scale where as you, and we've talked about this before, kind of even pre-launch, that once you start encountering Pokemon, the game will tally how many times you've battled a specific type of Pokemon, specific species. And as you encounter more and more and more over time, the rate and chances of rolling a shiny are going to go up and up and up.
Now, do they stack and stay there?
They do. It's not a consecutive thing. It's not like you're chaining. This is just saying, like, when you encounter 20 Pokemon of this species,
a Delibird. Let's just call it Delibird.
Okay, when you encounter it'll add to the multiplier. And there's also a multiplier for brilliant Pokemon. So I don't want to dig too hard into like the numbers, but ultimately,
yeah, I would hate for anybody to call you a nerd,
honestly. But brilliant chances scale up to 100 battles. So when you encounter and battle a species 100 times, then you're going to have the highest odds of encountering one as a brilliant Pokemon. Now with shiny Pokemon, when you reach 500 battles of a specific species, your shiny chance has a 6 times multiplier. So this is going to encourage you to grind. Now, the game I find that this game is not grindy at all. Like, it doesn't really feel like you have to grind to level. Again, this is probably because of the whole, default experience share thing. So your Pokemon are just leveling. But to reach 500 encounters of a specific species, that's a grind. You know what I mean? But
yes,
the odds are still 1 in 4,096. But by the time you reach 500 battles, there's a 6 times multiplier to that scale of encountering a shiny. Now, you mentioned the squares, and this is something that people thought was a glitch. They're still uncovering information about this. But from what the nerds have pulled away from the data already, is of about every 16 shiny Pokemon you encounter that will have the normal star animation, happen when you encounter it, 1 in 16 of those can have squares animate around it rather than stars. So
it makes no sense.
Look, it's something different. I'm not following it 100%. I don't want to give misinformation. I'm going to link to the article, and I'm going to link to a Twitter post from Cap Hoptics. That's the guy's name on Twitter. And he kind of details all the statistics, and this is ripped right from the data where, looking at your character's Pokemon ID, the character ID and your Pokemon ID, like really looking at, code line by line data. And 1 in 16 shiny spawns can have square animations instead of stars. Totally bizarre. I don't know how this fits in with brilliant Pokemon. It's just crazy, because I'm hearing people saying like, oh, well, not only do I want my shiny dex, I want my shiny square dex. It's crazy.
Oh my god, that's too much. Like that's like a whole nother layer that they should never have added.
That's what I'm saying. Well, and like people are showing like battle sequences where they're in a doubles battle, right? Where they're bringing out a shiny Pokemon that has stars and a shiny Pokemon that has squares. So when they bring them out onto the battlefield, you can see the animations side by side that they're different. It's really cool, but something completely new. Definitely worth taking a look at. I'll link to it in the description. Also in that article on Pokemon.com, they talk about fishing for brilliant Pokemon, some details on max raid battles and XP, the weather in the wild area, and gym badges and how that affects XP, weather, watts, spawns. This game is exceptionally, it's super deep. There's so much going on. I'm absolutely loving it. And even as kind of like this passive bystander to the game, I'm super intrigued and super excited about everything that's going on here, because it's just been really exciting to watch unfold. So let us know where you guys are at with the game. How far have you gotten? Have you, I want to hear from people that didn't even own a Switch and picked up a Switch just to play this game, because I know it's happening. So I'm really excited about that. It's pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, and just small things like I was running through the wild area and I found like an eye gleam, And it's like you have to tiptoe next to it in order to catch it. Otherwise, it just like disappears before you can even touch it if you're running towards it.
It's been great, man. There's
so many little details and so many surprises, and they give you that one Pokemon Toxel, and then like all of a sudden it evolves, and you're just like, what? Like, this is the most like outrageous Pokemon. And it's weird that they give it to you at level 1, and like all this stuff is just it's great.
It really is. And one more thing before we move away from Sword and Shield here is the fact that this has been the #1 Pokemon game sales number launch in the history of the franchise. Sword and Shield has sold 6 million copies over the first weekend. It's absolutely insane. So all those people that were saying that they're boycotting because of the National Dex issue or whatever else, I bet you they
lied. They lied.
So it's really impressive to see, and I mean it's very promising for the franchise and the longevity and life of the franchise. If anyone had any doubts that this franchise was going anywhere, obviously we know that it's as strong as ever and will continue to push on. So awesome, great work.
But that game's dead, right? Pokemon's it's
is that Pokemon Go? Do people still play Pokemon Go?
Well, speaking of that,
December, are they still making millions a day? All right, so Adam, you want to kind of run through some of this stuff? There's a lot here, so you can kind of skim through this. But
yeah, so this is all coming from PokemonGoLive.com.
Yeah, our annual catch up.
So Saturday, December 14th, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. local time, you're gonna have Pokemon appearing more frequently in the wild, which is Totodile, Swinub, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Brout, Slackoth, Trapinch, Bagon, Turtwig, and Chimchar, everything that we've seen from Community Days. And then Pokemon appearing in raids. You got Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Pikachu, Eevee, Dratini, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Mareep, Larvitar, and Beldum. All last year's Community Day Pokemon. And then Pokemon available to hatch from eggs is Bulbasaur, Charmander, Pikachu, Dratini, Totodile, Mareep, Swinub, Larvitar, Trico, Torchic, Slackoth, Bagon. And so basically they're just like, well, if you don't want to raid, they'll come out of eggs. And if you want to raid, you can just go get whichever one you want.
Right.
And honestly, basically, they're basically giving you like high IV Pokemon.
Sure. Yeah, this is a huge opportunity for people to not only catch up with shinies, but and what my assumption is here is it's going to be similar to last year, where the spawn rate will be through the roof of all these Pokemon, but the shiny rate is not going to be like the 1 in 25 like we're used to for normal Community Days. Maybe
I bet
it will be during the small 11 to 2 window, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. window. But there's specific things happening during that time too. Adam, you want to run through that?
Okay, so Pokemon appearing more frequently in the wild is going to be Totodile, Swinub, Trico, Torchic, Slackoth, and Bagon, and that's December 14th. And then the bonuses, we're going to have ×2 catch Stardust, catch XP, and half egg hatch distance. And when eggs are placed into incubators during those hours.
So this is cool because they normally would do the quarter egg hatch distance, but they would only give us one bonus like Stardust or XP. So here we're getting double Stardust, double XP, and then the hatch half hatch distance. So I'm totally down for that. We're getting Stardust and the XP at the same time.
Exactly, and then getting all the so you're gonna want super incubators. So if you gotta grind to get that big box, I would start collecting coins and hang on to them now for you free-to-play players.
Yes, and start...
and then,
go ahead.
And then Sunday, basically all day, same, all the Pokemon appearing in raids, eggs hatching, Pokemon in the wild, but the real kicker is Sunday, Pokemon appearing more frequently in the wild. You've got Mudkip, Routes, Trapinch, Turtwig, and Chimchar. So it's basically half the year on Saturday, half the year on Sunday. And then the same with bonuses. And then to evolve for your community exclusive moves, it's going to be any Pokemon from both last year and this year. So if you have a Charmeleon that you caught that's 100% and you have fully powered up, you can hold on to it and get your Blast Burn Charizard.
This is probably the coolest part of this whole event. especially if you're into PvP in Pokemon Go, because this is going to allow you to get those legacy moves. And now I kind of, I'm torn on this because, giving out Pokemon with specific moves is always weird when it comes after the fact, because it kind of devalues the exclusivity of when it was originally released. But for people that didn't play when it was released, or people that just want to fill out their rosters for PvP, this is an amazing, amazing opportunity, because these legacy moves, these community day moves, are what defines a quality PvP Pokemon when it comes to a community day Pokemon. So great opportunity. So, if you, you may want to start walking your Eevees now, so that way you can evolve them to what you want to during the community day hours and get those moves, because
I have
that last resort Umbreon is like a hot commodity. People missed out on that.
That's what I was just gonna say. I have an Eevee that's prime. I even nicknamed it PvPV or PvEV.
Dude, that's fantastic. That is so good.
No, but it's like one. I think its attack is 1, but everything else is 15-15, and the number 1 tier is 0-15-15. So I'm like 1 point off. Yeah.
So a lot of data here on Community Day. There's also a whole bunch of other stuff still going on in Pokemon Go. Super effective week. We've got Team Rocket, events going on. If you want to hear more details on Pokemon Go, check out our other podcast that Adam and I do, Lured Up, also on the network. I'll put a link in the description, where, it's a full show dedicated to Pokemon Go, and we'll dig much deeper into not only this Community Day stuff, but all the other events that are going on in the game. So lots to do in Pokemon Go, as per usual. All right, Adam, let's shift gears over here to TCG. This is your realm. Why don't you? So I am a massive, massive fan of secret rares. So whenever Pokemon.com kind of puts together a little article that shows the secret rares, I like to live vicariously, because I know that whenever I open boosters, all I ever get is non-holo rares. So I never get to. Actually, I have pulled some secret rares. In my day, I have pulled some secret rares, but
the ancient Mewtwo was in a pack, wasn't it?
Dude,
no.
These secret rare cards, they're like the character cards, are phenomenal. They're absolutely phenomenal from Cosmic Eclipse. The artwork is amazing. They just have a different look. They almost look like when I'm on like Zaba cards or something, or I'm looking at custom cards, they kind of have this aesthetic to them usually, that is very bold, and the characters are very prominent, and just they kind of have a look. These cards that are featured on this Pokemon.com article have this aesthetic that is so unique that these cards are just like, they look so alive. They jump out.
Yeah, it's just showing the relationship between Pokemon and trainer.
We kind of talked about the Pikachu card that shows red, and it's kind of that first interaction of when they meet each other. But I don't know. There's 236 cards in the base set of Cosmic Eclipse, but I don't know. There's definitely a dozen or so special secret rares. But any of these jump out at you? They show the images of.
Yeah, so like Dawn and Piplup, that's like, if you're familiar with the anime, that's the reason we're here, right? Well, we'll eventually get there, but Dawn and Piplup are a huge icon in the anime, so it's like, that's a big deal. Like, they deserve their own card. And it's just like, Piplup as being cute and cuddly, but it's also like, has a tough side, and this shows off its tough side, but also being cute at the same time. And then there's a Weavile with, Team Galactic and
Cyrus.
Yeah, and it's like, that reminds me of the SP days in the TCG, where they had the Cyrus card that lets you like search for stuff. I don't remember what it did, but like Weavile G was like a basic Pokemon, but because it was a Team Galactic Pokemon, you could play it as a basic, and there was just a bunch of different mechanics that like lowered its energy cost and G gain or something, E gain, I don't know. But it's just, I remember that, and it's like, they look so tough, and it's like, you don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, you guys got to see the art on these cards. Like, I'm a fan of the coughing card with Roxy.
See, the way it looks is just like super punk.
It's amazing.
Rock.
I know, so good. Well, that's like the Stoutland. The Stoutland card is phenomenal. Like, the Stoutland looks so regal, so tough.
See, I like the Lana and the Wishy-Washy, because like, she's underwater with the Wishy-Washies.
They're all so good. They're
Yeah, and
all
it looks
so
very
good.
realistic.
Yeah, link in the description. Check them out. Let us know what your favorite is, because these cards are definitely stand out visually. They just they pop, and yeah, man, kudos to the artists because they're just phenomenal works of art. Absolutely. So let us know what your favorite is. I think mine might be the coughing. I'm not sure. I don't know. Out of this list. Well, the Pikachu in red is so good too, though.
See, I'm not a big fan of that one. Yes, it's nostalgic, but that's the
that's what I'm saying. Like the art isn't
it.
impressive as much as it is the story, the kind of like what you can tell from the art. Like
I think the Cyrus and Weavile has got to be my favorite.
That's awesome. All right, well, let us know what you guys think. If you want more TCG coverage, check out Adam's other show on the network, Special Conditions, that he does with Josh Brown. They dig into the TCG in detail every week, so definitely check out Special Conditions.
Yeah, come on by. We'd love to have you. Shoot us an email.
Nice. All right, and if the holidays weren't putting a hurting on your wallet, in general, Pokemon Center is definitely going to make it a little bit more difficult for you because the holiday collection is finally here, and they don't disappoint because the Delibird Holiday Express is here. All aboard, Adam.
All aboard. And this kills me because it's like, it's just like they're slow rolling them out. So it's like one at a time.
I know.
It's a missed opportunity because they only have the Delibird Express as like a little stamp. It's not actually a Delibird that's on it. So it's a little upsetting. But,
dude, but it's his train.
You want to know something more upsetting?
What?
The last podcast we did, they had sweatshirts. They had 2 different Delibird sweatshirts. One was like a traditional ugly sweater, if you will.
Right.
And one was like a crew neck. The ugly sweater is gone.
Oh, no.
So if you're out there and you purchased a medium and you got me it for Christmas, I appreciate you.
Dude, a lot of this stuff sells out, especially the real themed holiday stuff. Like when they do the plushes in the outfits, they typically will go, or during Halloween when they do the Pikachu in a pumpkin or something like that. Like that stuff goes. And then once it's gone, they might bring it back the following year. But, if you miss it, you might really miss it.
No, I know. And I missed it. So I said to myself, bite the bullet, get the crew neck. Your mom will pay you back or something. I'll be like, Mom, that's what I want for Christmas, Mom. Just get me the sweatshirt.
Nice. But check out PokemonCenter.com. There's also like hats, stockings, socks. There's a holiday playmat. There's an ornament. There's a tree topper.
If you're in business, there's like ties now. Oh my gosh, they look so good. There's ties. There's a bow tie. There's a neck. No, it's a tie bar and cufflinks.
Yes.
They just have so much cool stuff.
Good stuff.
Could blow way too much money there.
Yeah. Well, it's I'm a window shopper for the most part when it comes to Pokemon Center. I do my best to stay away, but I am typically a sucker for some of the holiday stuff. So, especially the Halloween stuff. But yeah, there's the full holiday line is up. Check it out. Let us know what you guys think. Adam, I think we're ready to take a quick break. And when we come back, we can dig into this episode. What do you think?
Yes, let's do that.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to get our Amazon Prime queued up. When we come back, we're going to watch our episode, Friend and Foe Alike. We'll be back right after this. And we are back from our break. Thank you guys so much for that. I feel very refreshed.
Yeah, it was like I dived in the water. I was swimming with Lana and her wishy-washy, and I'm refreshed.
All right, guys. Little housekeeping really quick before we dig into the episode. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout-out to our show supporter tier patrons, Brittany, Jay, James, Matt, M. Pitts, Terry, David, Chris, Sydney, Bacon L, The Noise, Harry, Pokénavbot, Purple Pancakes, Dim Gears Be Bangin', Lady Goobly, Meat, Go Ranger, Matt, The Phoenix, Baker Boy, Jolt Switch, Alex, The Illustrious Overseer, Jason, Go Live Andrew, Matt from Kentucky, Paul, Justin, and Val. Thank you guys so incredibly much for your support.
Rock.
We really, really appreciate it. If Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. And if you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, you can take a moment to leave us a review. We would really appreciate it. Thanks, guys, so much. All right, Adam, Pokemon The Series, friend and foe alike. Japanese air date was January 14th, 1999 as episode 79. We're going to be watching it here as episode 77 in the Amazon Prime lineup. It originally aired in the U.S. November 27th, 1999. So almost exactly 20 years ago. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's really close.
Yeah, I know. We're like 20 years less 1 week, pretty much, from when this originally aired, which is a pretty cool thing. But we're going to dig into this.
Let's just record in a week.
Yeah, exactly. They'll just change the date at the top of the show just so it lines up. All right, guys. So we're going to get this thing queued up, and we are going to start this puppy in 3, 2, 1, play. I was on Facebook the other day, and the video came up on the feed. Someone had posted it in one of the Pokemon Go groups of the dude that originally sang the theme song that had come back to like a year or two ago or something like that and re-recorded the song. And I was like, dude, this poor guy, man, that story of how, he got paid his day rate, day labor rate for his time, and that was it. No residuals, no royalties. Like, I think he got paid like $250 or something like that. And dude, he had no idea this was going to be like the biggest, theme song ever. He was just there to work for the day. So
the biggest theme song.
Everybody knows it.
Pokemon.
So, I always thought this is like the weirdest thing, like, but
oh look, they're at the fair.
Like this process, like the tattooed Magikarp with the trainer name, like the trainer code on it, like what the heck? I don't get it. that was exactly Ash's face right there. So I think last episode they actually showed this, right? Like that he had to battle Richie.
Yeah, well, yeah. And it was like they had become best friends basically through Team Rocket being awful.
I like Richie. I think he's a cool character.
Yes.
It's just
he's like a train conductor. He's green, if you would. Like Ash is red.
You know what? I didn't even think of that, man. Wait, that's pretty interesting.
Blue, yeah.
So, this is cool because Misty's like on the internet. You gotta remember, 1999, the internet's only a couple years old. I know you saw that. It looked just like the game, right? This kid's amazing. But what we're talking about here is Richie hadn't lost a match in his first 4 rounds, and he's only used 3 different Pokemon: Charmander, Pikachu, and Butterfree. So Richie's like just dominating the field here. And of course, Ash is trying to defend himself, Yeah.
Oh, Misty's calling him out.
Yo, dude. It's the best. She burns him like right to his face.
Sick burn, Misty.
You'll cry from being jealous when I win.
I don't know, Ash. Battling against a friend won't be easy.
Richie may be a friend, but he's a competitor too. And
look at Pikachu's face. So calm.
So, this is kind of weird, right? Because like,
I have them all right here waiting for you, Richie.
Yeah, like normally Richie,
he left.
You
them
just
there.
take you heal.
But then we find out
like,
so did Ash.
Thanks.
Oh, look how he's reluctant.
Hi,
He's reluctant to even talk, but then Richie comes through with a super positivity.
Because we're friends, we should promise each other to make this the best battle that we've ever
Fist
had.
bump.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a promise, Richie. I'll see you later at the
Yo,
studio.
Ash is he's torn, man.
He's like shaking. He's like, "Grr."
What do you think that look
All
at that
your
that
Pokemon are ready for
PM in
today's
the
match,
background?
too.
What could that mean?
Oh, thanks, Nurse Joy.
I think
Poké
you're
Mart?
very lucky to be battling a friend.
Pokemon
Even
Master?
If you don't win the match yourself,
Pokemon
you can
Master?
still be happy because your friend won. That makes it nice.
So it's funny that the word has already gotten out that Richie and Ash have become friends, so like people are already
Typical
talking
Team
about
Rocket.
it.
Those kids are really friends.
This is great.
There was something that prevented me from having friends when I was a
What?
little girl.
It must have been your personality.
It must have been my...
Dude, I say it every time, bro. The noises that James make, just he's the absolute best. It's so good. Hey, look at that cell phone.
Good morning.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Richie. Is Ash
Oh snap!
but he's getting ready for the match. You're that stuck-up
Yo, check her out, dude.
call to talk to you. Just get Ash and get lost. Well, you can have him,
I love it. I love it.
Here, Ash. Prince Charming wants to talk to you. Who's that? I should have known.
Look at this amazing tech that Team Rocket possesses.
Hey, Ash. It's your friend Richie.
Oh my god.
I have to tell you something about
But
Pikachu.
didn't they?
It's literally just a plastic wheel. from a
I know
pizza-
we've only
pizza
watched
box
77
that they
episodes
put
by
some
now, but
blinking
didn't
lights
they
on.
did they use that thing once before in a previous episode, the voice changer? I think they might have.
We gotta go.
Just don't be late for your match.
I might be
I don't
late
know.
for a lot of things.
Pokemon Crossroads, if you're listening.
I
Pull the
don't think I've
database.
seen
A leading lady who also
Yeah, look, it's like a thing.
actor roles.
They might have used it. I think they might have used it once before. I don't know. But yeah, it's just the ultimate Team Rocket set. Every so often, like, look how great that is, dude. I know. It's like this howdy doody version of Richie. Like,
Hey, what are you doing standing all the way over there?
what's up with your
Yeah,
chin,
Richie,
bro?
why are you over there looking like a
No,
cardboard
but
cutout?
every so often, like a Team Rocket plan, it kind of looks good and it works, and it's like, yo, this was not a bad plan from start to finish.
Make it double.
Not you again.
To protect the world from devastation.
Do you
I
not
just wish it
know
was like James that was like trying to like put his hand over his mouth and be like,
to extend our
"Oh,
reach to the
Richie."
stars above?
Device.
Instead, they had to ruin it with some weird.
With the speed of light.
He didn't say meow. He just said that's right.
Yeah.
To fight.
Those weights at the end of the net
It's a
must weigh
net,
like 100
and
pounds
it's
each.
tiny.
Well, Jesse, your phony friend Dial-a-Twerp decoy call worked like a charm.
Dude, you have to
I
suspend
know.
belief.
Can't Pikachu just use Thunder Shock and just electrocute him?
Brainless little brat.
Yeah, but if that kid's so brainless and he beats us every time, how brainless are we?
It's like, come on, guys.
I don't have time for this. I have a Pokemon League match to get to.
So good, so good. Like I just like he stays in the net when they throw him in the truck.
Out of it, twerp.
Oh man.
But look, I actually like this part because even though Misty is constantly busting Ash's chops, she's super concerned right now.
Oh, and he hasn't called her anything.
I didn't
But
see
she's
him anywhere in the
optimistic.
Pokemon Village.
Do you think he decided to go straight to the
Yeah, but even Brock, like he's got the little
Yeah, she was
sweat,
just sitting on the
coming from his
couch,
head. Like they're stressed right now.
Super
like
sad.
they really are his biggest fans, even though they give him a hard time.
Why is the car filling
Yo,
up with water?
where's that water come from? It's like magic.
You're doing great, Squirtle. Just keep up the water, bud.
Yeah, it's just like it's like those ribbons that magicians have. They just keep coming.
So funny. Like, I guess there's just like an unlimited generator in
Yeah.
Squirtle's gut or something. So funny. Hey, look, it's Sword and Shield.
Richie has entered the arena and just listen to the
This is like competition that I've been in. My opponent doesn't show up.
Like, it's so ridiculous. I love cartoons so much. They're running on the axle.
Nice car pun.
Looks like we're Okay. You're not getting to that Pokemon League match till you get past our
Okay. Thundershot. Pikachu. Bulbasaur. Come on, I would have used Tail Whip.
Oh, actually,
You'll need more than Bulbasaur.
that was pretty cool
He's like,
animation
I am.
around Pikachu there. Almost looked like he was ready to do like a Dark Pulse or something. Oh, they're
Gosh,
crisp.
they'll never learn.
Watch me, bruh. All right, I'm gonna get out of here.
Like, oh God,
We told you you wouldn't get away.
where's James's tricycle wheels?
Oh, the training
Can't
wheel.
ride that bike. Send out Pidgeotto, use Gust. Come on.
You can't
Dude,
even
we
give us
we've been through this before, Ash.
Look at me out from the basket.
I know they make his head huge.
I promised Richie.
It's so funny. Like like Ash is literally choking on a smog attack, but like he's thinking of Richie at that point, like not thinking of like
He's
the
like,
lack
Richie,
of
yeah,
oxygen.
Richie's gonna be so upset with
I
me.
know.
This is a promise. I gotta get to that
Oh, he's
stadium.
determined, man.
What's your decision?
And where's the smoke coming from?
It's like a fissure in the earth. It's just like
And Weezing's just sitting there.
We're the thieves around here.
I'm not stealing.
yo, Ash is good at stealing bikes. That's how the whole story started. Remember?
Yep.
Who's that?
Is he ever going to
Pikachu.
pay Misty for her bite? I mean, it's
No,
Croconaw.
She's
Oh,
still,
it's
yeah.
Aerodactyl.
She still he
haven't
still
gotten
owes
that far.
Misty the bike.
Well, this is his bike. This is her bike. He should have stole the yellow one. I think. she
I was gonna say, yeah, I should have stole the other one and been like, here you go. Stop following me now, girl.
Pokemon League match, but train
Yeah, you can go your own way. I know we formed this friendship, but
doesn't arrive in time, he'll forfeit the match, and Richie, his would-be opponent, will be declared the winner.
I said about that Pokemon announcer voice, like, and it brings me back to like
some kind of trouble.
Pokemon Stadium and 64, Pokemon Coliseum. You know, like I love that.
And now it looks like one of Ketchum's coaches.
This is pretty
oh
funny.
god, I know. Like it's like his Pikachu's looks
I wanna
tough.
know what you said to Ash.
What do you mean?
Bam, get some.
Misty, why are you beating him up?
Lady might be the toughest battler we've seen.
Ooh, sick
Yo,
burn,
and I
dude.
like the fact that they call her Battler. Like, I think that's cool since that's like a term that's come back around in the Pokemon Go scene.
I never say anything like that.
Yo, she's no joke. I love the way they animate that too. It looks so good.
On the phone, I'm just a little big mouth.
Wait a second. What do you mean when you call on the phone?
When you called
Yeah,
today
well,
and asked for Ash,
Cat's out of the bag. The Meowth's out of the bag. That wasn't him.
On the phone? Huh? Honest, I didn't.
And look, Misty
do you
trusts
know?
him right away. I think that's like,
And I never talked
you
to
know,
Ash.
it's like a really good way to judge Richie's character. Like, she knows right away, like, he's not, you know, he's not pulling her chain.
What's the matter?
And where's this like crazy claw coming at it? Like, it's a claw machine.
This is a cool way they animated this part too. They did like little speech bubble frames. It's cool.
Yeah, they're like coming out of it.
Do something! Pikachu!
Huh?
Like, how many times and how many ways do they have to just
Dude, that was a sick team up, bro.
beat up Team Rocket?
That was sick though. Like, that was like the perfect delivery of Pikachu to the balloon, and just completely wrecks Team Rocket. And now Ash is just dangling like 150 feet up in the air. Yo, Pidgeotto's no joke.
And Pidgeotto just, grabs the whole balloon,
So
and it's gotten so dark that they have to turn on the
I
stadium
know the
lights.
crowd isn't restless at all. They're just waiting.
And now the referee is approaching Richie to
And here comes the ref.
their decision and officially award him the victory.
Sorry, bro.
Because your opponent has failed to appear for the match, I hereby declare the
What a
winner of this
sportsman.
match
No,
to be...
not yet. I don't want to win the match that way. Please wait just a little longer. I know Ash will
I-
be here any minute.
As cheesy as that is,
Jeez, that would
I know,
never
you're
happen
like,
in
"Call it,
TCG, let me
Judge."
tell you. Yeah, as soon as it's been 5 minutes. Call it quick. Well, we're gonna
He's
give him a
walking-
couple more
he's walking
seconds.
in
No,
right
it's
now.
been
He
5
hasn't
minutes.
sat down
Not
yet.
according to my watch.
So please wait.
All right, fine. He gets 1 game loss. All right.
So
Well,
it's
wait,
interesting that they.
10
I know.
minutes?
That's what I was
10
going to say.
minutes?
Like they give him a full 10 minutes.
That's the sign of a really great trainer.
I know he is, Brock, but I just wish there was some sign of Ash.
Your son has excellent taste in friends, doesn't he?
Yes, he certainly does.
He's like flying over like their apartment house.
Hang in there, Pidgeotto. We're gonna make
It's
it.
so funny, man. I love cartoons, dude.
I'm afraid the 10 minutes are up.
Wait, no,
The
he's
match is
here.
officially.
Like, don't mind the giant
It's Team
Meowth
Rocket.
balloon.
Oh no, it's just Ash.
Ash drops in like superhero pose.
A funny thing happened on the way to the stadium.
It's like, oh, Pidgeotto, I wanted you to battle.
Thank you, Pidgeotto. Now you can take a nice long rest. Let's start the
Take a
match.
nap, Pidgeotto.
Yeah.
You're good. Thanks, bro.
Ash Ketchum has just made the most dramatic last-minute entrance in
He like passed out the second it landed.
crowd is going absolutely wild.
You tell him, Miss Ketchup.
For being late right this instant.
Mrs. Ketchum,
Mrs. Ketchup.
folks, good things come to those who wait. So hold on to your seats because this fifth round.
All right, so they confirm it there. This is, we've known this, but this is the 5th round.
I'm glad you made it for the match. Now are you ready for your biggest
They said
battle
before, Richie hasn't lost a one round of one
happy?
match
Oh,
throughout the entire first 4 rounds.
ever? I choose you.
And then we see Butterfree versus Squirtle in the first matchup. And this was, I really liked how they animated this too. Yeah, it's cool, man. They put a
like
lot of
sucker
motion into
punching.
this. It's cool.
Happy sleep pattern attack.
He's
Quick,
like,
get
wait,
your
what do I
shot."
do? Okay.
Oh my God, Squirtle. Fill the stadium up with water.
The one-way ticket to Slumberland. Fantastic. Fantastic commentary there.
Slumberland.
Come on, Squirtle, try to shake it off.
Squirtle's got booger bubbles.
Squirtle is unable to battle. Butterfree is the winner.
Richie's battling Butterfree.
Ash
they're all,
has
like,
to
surprised.
Ash has to dig deep right here, man.
Ketchum must decide which one can pick
Charmander. Well, I mean, Pikachu works. Why is it using the headbutt?
Double edge.
Oh,
yeah.
double edge. Sorry.
I think in the
Clearly
Bulbapedia
it's a
article that we pull some of the data from for the show, they said that's the first time in the all 77 episodes that they show that Pikachu knows double edge. But that was like the perfect setup. Butterfree thinks that he has an edge, no pun intended, on Pikachu, flies him up into the air, and then Pikachu just wrecks him.
Butterfree is unable to battle Pikachu.
Yeah, and Pikachu's showing like signs of fatigue. It's got all the little like droplets.
Well,
of
he
sweat.
even showed that when he zapped Team Rocket in the balloon. So you got to remember they didn't just take a nap and then go into the battle. Like they had just dealt with Team Rocket. Look how cute Charmander is. I
Oh,
know, it's so
Charmander's
cute.
Pikachu, watch out.
It's like, look, Squirtle's got the unlimited water, water gun. Charmander's got the unlimited flame.
Yeah, Squirtle would have come in handy right now.
Oh, dude, look how awesome that animation is.
Well, maybe if Pikachu attacked instead of just jumping around.
Oh, I love it, man. It's so well done. Oh, Pikachu, you're toast, bro.
Oh, Pikachu.
Oh, that little whimper is the worst.
Pikachu.
Pikachu is unable to battle.
So here you can really see that Ash is feeling the pressure. Like he's got to dig deep.
Bulbasaur against a fire Pokemon.
He keeps closing his eyes.
He's trying to figure out what to do.
Because Charizard clearly won't listen to him.
Right?
But
yeah,
he's his strongest Pokemon, so.
There you go. He knows it's risky, but it's his only hope.
So I choose
I love this too because Brock is like, huh? He's like scratching his belly. Like it's been a while since I've been out.
up to you now. Don't give up, Zippo. Just keep battling.
And then he's like, oh, really? Okay, get some. Yo, you gotta give it up
was
to,
That was a little flame.
he steps right to Charizard. He isn't scared, but
We did it, Charizard! I'm so happy Charizard is finally listening to me. Maybe it's risky
this was a cool parallel too, because Ash had just said that, you know, it was risky for him to pull out Charizard. All right, now here's Sparky, and you know, and then Richie does the same thing, like, all right, this is gonna be risky, and then pulls out Pikachu. I love his little emo hair. Get some. I love this Charizard though. He's so cocky and great. Look at him. It's all smug.
Hang in there, Sparky. You can do it.
Look at my bangs. Look how cute. Look how cute.
It looks like
Look at the look on Richie's face. It's like
Charizard, you can't just quit in the middle of my most important match ever.
He's like, I'm posing
Richie
for the
is
camera. Come on.
baffled.
Charizard, please get up in battle.
You
just
liar.
Listen to me now, and you'll never have to listen to me again, okay?
Yeah, after waiting an hour for Ash, now this is what they get.
Oh, Charizard still won't listen to Ash. This is a total disaster.
Why did Charizard stop battling?
So that was an error. Flame type. Again, another little tidbit from the Bulbapedia page that they confirmed. And I think there's one other point in the episode too where they say flame type rather than fire type. Just a translation thing, I'm sure.
Pikachu is the winner.
Yeah, but they call it.
Wow. They just deemed Charizard.
Now, the interesting thing is, like, does Ash not have any other Pokemon to use? Because couldn't he have just returned Charizard? I don't know. Yo, Ash is... Look at him, he's a good faker.
I guess you won. Guess so.
Damn, sportsman of the century.
Congratulations, Richie. Huh?
Ash's gloves match Richie's outfit perfect. They should switch gloves.
Just make sure you win the next one for me, Richie. Right.
Yeah, but then Ash would have like a
Wow.
a teal glove.
Looks like Ash is taking it pretty well.
I think he's happy for his friend.
Oh,
I
morality.
guess one of them had to lose out there.
From
You
here,
tell him, Brock.
they both look like winners to me.
Ash should
Look how
be
tan
proud
Professor
of
Oak is.
himself.
I know he's disappointed, but I couldn't
Yeah,
be prouder if
he looked like
won.
Samson Oak from the Alola region.
So,
in the Pokemon League have
by the rules, 5th round, Ash is top 16. That's pretty much where he's left off here in this tournament.
journey continues, his passion for Pokemon burns brighter than ever.
So, Adam, what did you think?
Don't go away.
I think it was a good episode.
It was a good one, right? Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, a lot of fun was had. Team Rocket was around for way too long during that.
They were,
and it's just like they kept coming back.
They got.
It's like the
double
most
blast
resilient we've ever seen them.
I liked whenever Misty burns Ash, it's fantastic. Whenever Meowth burns or James burns Jesse, love it. And I love whenever there's a battle sequence that has like a little bit of a departure in animation style, a little bit more aggressive, speed lines, or just faster, frame rate or higher impact, higher energy in the battles, which this episode had. So a lot of really cool elements. And then, from a moral standpoint, it was a good story, showing that how to be a sportsman and, it's your friend. You can still compete. You can still grow. You can still battle, and even if you lose, be happy because the person that beat you is your friend. You should be happy for him. Good stuff all around. Really good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But now, Adam,
Do you have a booster?
I was going to say, do you hear the crinkle?
Oof, my favorite part.
All right, I've got a Cosmic Eclipse here.
I've also got a Cosmic Eclipse.
Okay, and we're gonna go 3 to the front, 4 to the front. It's 3, 4.
Do 4 because then that's the energy.
The energy.
And then
All
you
right.
should have an energy in the front.
All right, guys, here we go. Let's see what we got. I've got Water Energy, Pyroar, Hakamo-O, Rotom, Piplup, Alolan Vulpix, Rockruff, Stuffle, Rowlet. My reverse is a Credilli, and my rare is Sill Valley GX. Yeah, that's what I'm
What?
talking about. Yeah, heck
Oh
yeah.
man, I want a Savali.
Sweet. I was just talking smack that I pull crap. Now I get a GX, so I'm excited. Check our Instagram. I'll put it up.
All right. I've got Psychic Energy. I've got Bella and Bryson Man. Type No for your Valley. I've got a Heracross, Phantump, Magnemite, Lillipup, Trapinch, Sneasel. My reverse holo is a Tropius, and my rare is a Weezing. Womp womp.
The tides have turned. With Adam, that's a show. We did it, man.
That is a show. We've done it. We've done it.
I'm excited. I got a good card. All right. Yeah, I'll definitely put a picture up on Instagram. Link in the description. Make sure you check that out. Let us know what you think. But please email us, info@gottawatchemall.com. You can leave us a voicemail, text, or send us a picture, 732-835-8639. Check out gottawatchemall.com and PokemonProfessor.com to see everything that's going on the show, the full feed. You can catch up on all the previous episodes and see everything else that's cooking on the network. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Adam, you got anything else?
The next time we record should be Thanksgiving, but I'm assuming that we're probably going to try to find a way to do it either around that. But if you're not, well, you're not going to hear a podcast before that. So happy Thanksgiving, trainers.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Give thanks
yes,
to all your
thankful.
fellow trainers.
Yes, be thankful and all that good stuff. Have some stuffing with Stuffle. You like that? All right, maybe not.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
Have some fun with Fungus.
Oh, God, it's getting worse. All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much for checking us out.
No.
Oh, God. Let me quit before this gets completely out of hand. All right. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. We'll see everyone in a week or so. We'll figure out what we're going to do for Thanksgiving. Connect with us on social media for updates to see how that'll actually roll out. But until then, we'll see you next week.
Bye.